Start it. Start it. Start it. Start it. Oh, our first person walking by. Hey guys, welcome to Tea Time with Team Epic Reads.
This is our 70th episode where we talk about YA books and get a little nerdy. We are reporting from a new location in the HarperCollins offices here.
This is the main lobby wall, or the top half of it.
We found this room that kind of overlooks this thing, and we're like, maybe that's a little bit prettier than, you know, blank wall behind us. So.
Also, somebody was in that conference room who we didn't want to kick out.
So we have some awesome things to talk about today, as it says in the title description, book boyfriends or girlfriends. So we'll be talking about that.
Book lovers.
If you are on YouTube, somebody pointed out that I've been pointing to the wrong side every time. So if you're on YouTube, comments over here, and I'll be checking out those.
And if you're on Twitter, use the hashtag #TeaTime, and I will be checking on this device.
On the Twitters.
On the Twitter sphere.
All right, so what are you guys reading this week? Tell us.
Tweet us.
I feel like it's been a bit of a slow summer.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of have a low energy today. I already feel it. Maybe a low energy
I blame the publishing world, because the publishing world seems to like to take a break in the summer, and they're all like, you know, it's hot out. Let's not publish anything awesome. I mean, there's been some really good books, but
it's not like the wave that is fall. Where you're just like,
you guys, there are so many good books coming out in August. Very
There's
excited.
like some that I just like, I go to like tweet just being like, I want to start an internal countdown of being like 8 more days till you get to read this book.
And I think we'll probably next Tea Time we'll probably give you a little preview of like what's coming out in August, because or September, because oh my god, September is mind explosions of awesome things.
What are you reading this week?
I am reading. Okay, so I've been sort of on a reading kick for YA, obviously, but every once in a while I like to read an adult novel just to sort of like shake things up, and I'm reading my very first adult romance novel. I am reading Outlander.
Is this coming off of all the Comic-Con buzz that it got?
Yeah, it's mostly just because I want to watch the TV show and be that jerk who's like, I know what happens before you. Yeah, I read it with the TV show. So that's basically why I read it, but I'm having a hard time because on my commute to the office, if I'm reading a YA book, I can read about like 30 or 40 pages in my commute. So then I started reading this book, which look how tiny the text is, and it's so thick, and I only read like 16 pages, and I was like, I'm the slowest reader ever. But no, it's just that the text is super tiny.
I have a really hard time getting over it. Yeah. I'm just so accustomed to, and just like the pacing of YA novels is just, they're pretty much page
turns. The pacing is pretty good in this. It's just that it's, you know, I'm so used to being like, okay, get to the point, you know, like get to the next plot point, and they're like, oh, let's take a moment to actually like, you know,
breathe in the world.
Yeah, and have dialogues, and I'm like, I don't need to read this part. Where's all the fun stuff? But my mom will be hi Mom, if you're watching, which you probably aren't. But she's been recommending this book to me since like it came out in 1992. So
we got some people telling us what they're reading on Twitter. Kelsey is reading The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan.
Oh yeah.
Jennifer is devouring Silver Shadows.
Oh, Vampire Academy.
And Levi says, reading Divergent. I'm late. You're allowed to be late.
That's
Welcome
totally
to the
late.
Party.
It's good. Read it before Insurgent.
Yes.
Comic-Con was last week, and apparently Theo and Shailene were there
and looking beautiful.
And I'm really sad that
we
weren't
there. We tried. There were a couple of people that tweeted and said, "Why aren't you there?" And I just wanted to be like, I don't know,
because we go to all the other things. We can't go to all the things. Ashley reads on YouTube says I'm reading The Scorch Trials by James Dashner. Who's excited for the Maze Runner movie? Scorch Trials is the second book. I am so pumped for that movie. It looks so
good. It's probably the most excited I've been for just like on the trailer. I mean, obviously I was very excited about Divergent because I work on that a lot, but Maze Runner was just like,
I don't know, man. What about Mockingjay? Because every time I see the Mockingjay trailers, I'm just like,
those teasers are really good. The one with the interrupted trans, like, oh god, that was so good. I watched it just on repeat.
Those movies are so good.
They're so good.
LF Mary Books on YouTube. I'm reading Outlander 2. What's up? YouTube book club.
Yay.
Betsy Love is reading Pandemonium by
Nice.
Lauren Oliver.
Stacy at Shy Book Nerd is reading Find Me by Romley Bernard. So that way I can read Remember Me right after. Binge.
Nika on YouTube just finished Tiger Lily on audio.
Oh my gosh, is that beautiful?
I did not know there was an audiobook version.
I didn't either, but now I want to go listen to it right away.
Who narrates it? Probably somebody who can speak to my soul.
Yeah.
Wow, let's see. Jenny Unscripted on YouTube. I'm currently between books trying to read 1984. Is that for school?
Yeah.
I feel like I never read books that are like from school for school, but from pleasure. Oh yeah, what are you reading?
This is not from school. It's Stray, and I'm loving it so much so far. Again, it's like all the fall books that are going to come to you that are amazing. I think it's in October.
Yes, October 7th.
Yes.
Stray. I just finished it too.
It's fairy tales.
It's an original fairy tale.
It's an original fairy tale, and it kind of like dives into the world what goes through being a fairy godmother.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it.
And it's very much a feminist story,
Yes.
like feminist fairy tale, and like what it means in a society where.
I mean, it has the. So what I love about it is it kind of has the same feeling as, I love BSG, and BSG kind of like hits major topics that touch people on a regular basis in real life, but under the guise of science fiction.
Right.
This happens, there's issues of like self-harm in this book done really well. I think that there's feminist issues done really well. It's just really good.
Oh, and there's lots of baking in it. Bread baking.
And I love carbs.
Yeah, so it's all about like bread.
She made cinnamon bread, and I was just like, I need a cinnamon.
I know, I need to get my sister, we should get my younger sister's bread baker, professional bread baker. I was like reading this book, and I was like, this is what my sister's life must be like. Awesome.
So now we can tell you about the books you can actually buy now, and not the ones that you have to wait for. Stray comes out in October.
So new releases. Well, re-release The Beginning of Everything by Robyn Schneider. This is the paperback cover. Check that out.
Lovely.
The hardcover is yellow with like the roller coaster, but this is going to be one of our fall book club titles. If you haven't read it, it's an amazing, really good coming-of-age tale. Robyn Schneider's cool. She's on YouTube. Go follow her channel.
She's super awesome. Also, there's a new way to discover the Graveyard book by Neil Gaiman, which, why wouldn't you?
Okay.
Why wouldn't you?
All right, you guys. There's a Graveyard book graphic novel out. First of all, I have a massive crush on Neil Gaiman and pretty much all of his books. Like, I crush on his books. Is that weird? Can you crush on a book?
I crush on Neil Gaiman.
But can you crush on a book? I mean, I totally crush on Neil.
I think I crush on him because I crush on his books.
Check out that.
The thing is like, I love, the thing that's beautiful about Neil is he is one of those people that is a champion of like, yes, this book is technically shelved in middle grade, but he does not write down for anybody.
He's just a master of telling really good stories that appeal to everyone.
Like, so what, the kid's 11 years old. Like, it's still a book and a story you want to read.
The cool. Illustrator.
There's two.
Looks like there are
lots.
There's a bunch of illustrators here. Rather than me butcher their names, you can just read that. There's a bunch of different illustrators, and
this is volume 1. There's a second volume that comes out.
When does that come out? Do you know?
In October.
Oh, sweet. Perfect timing for Halloween and All Hallows Read and all that good fun stuff. We'll be talking about this more later, but this brings up the discussion. We are a bit of graphic novel newbies. I mean, the only other one that I've read that's an Epic Reads book is The Frankenstein.
Yes.
By Chris Grimley.
That was so cool.
And I've read, like, Long Halloween, which is a Batman graphic novel. But that's it. That's all I know.
I know, and like it seems to be a rising trend. I saw a Comic-Con, Marie Lu showed that Legend is going to become a graphic novel.
I think is there a Cassie Clare graphic novel? I think there might be. Either way, graphic novels have been around for a long time, and we know nothing about them. So if you are a graphic novel expert, we want to know, what graphic novels do you recommend for noobs like us?
And what books you would want to be made graphic novels.
I think we talked about Divergent would be a cool one.
I remember Kier Cass also did a still from the one shoot.
Oh, that would be cool.
And people freaked out because they thought it was a graphic novel, and she's kind of like, no, sorry.
But
it would be so cool.
I want to see every fantasy novel as a graphic novel, like Shadow and Bone, Girl of Fire and Thorns. I want to see all of those as graphic novels.
Yes.
So what do you guys, and keep your recommendations, YA, so no, like, super gross. I just assume that there's gross things. Elizabeth Falcon on YouTube says, how is the Graveyard Book? Well, it won the Newbery.
So I don't know if that's an indicator, but it's the best. It's also, I think, the most popular Newbery winning book of all time.
Really?
I believe that's a true statement. I could be wrong.
It's all about that Neil.
It's all about that Neil.
Oh, I feel like a lot of people are going to be walking behind us soon.
This is a major thoroughfare, so I'm sorry if you work at HarperCollins and you don't want to be on Tea Time.
Also, there's people in front of us because this is we're in a glass case of emotion here, and there's people in front of us, and
I'm
trying to be quiet
for them. Upward eye contact with somebody. This space might not be the best.
Sarah,
because that big meeting's getting let out. Yeah. Oh, good.
Okay. Sarah Coolaby on YouTube says The Book Thief would be a good graphic novel.
Oh, yeah.
Fascinating. What about Leviathan by Scott Westerfeld? Ooh, it is.
Yeah, it's that big meeting.
Oh my God, this is kind of embarrassing.
We just kind of be like, hi.
All right, so think about the graphic novels and post your comments and tell us your recommendations. We're gonna move on to our question of the day, or question of the week.
It's a new thing we're doing.
Yeah, before we go live, everybody kind of congregates and starts chatting. So post your questions, before we go live on Tea Time, and we will answer one. So this week, our question. I know. Everyone's probably because we have a big light right here. Everybody's like, what's happening? Are those celebrities?
No.
So this question of the week comes from Square Speaks on YouTube. If you could pick a book series to turn into an amusement park, what would it be? This is
speaks directly to my soul because I am from the land of Orlando, the land of the Or, which is the land of the theme parks. And a well-done world in a theme park is a beautiful thing.
Yes. So which
I say it all the time. I go for it. It's my go-to, but it would nail it. Girl of Fire and Thorns. Because it has all of those different landscapes.
That's true.
The rides could be the different kind of destinations that she has to travel to.
Like a desert landscape, and then there's the jungle.
And then the mountain.
And then the mountains. And doesn't she have, there's an e-book or e-novella called Shattered Mountain? Isn't there a name of the ride at Mountain something? Space Mountain?
There's Space Mountain, and then there's Thunder Mountain.
Oh, see, mountains. She's already got mountain in the title.
And well, no, I don't want to give away the thing, but I mean, she has to do things.
What about, since we're talking about Neil Gaiman, what about a Neil Gaiman theme park?
That would be so there could be a Coraline haunted house.
Coraline haunted house and a graveyard with ghosts and stuff, and then a Stardust fantasy world.
Yes. I kind of want that to be just kind of a low-grade fair, a traveling fair, because it would be even creepier.
What if it was a Renaissance festival where everybody dressed up like a Neil Gaiman festival?
Oh my God! Internet, please. Neil
Fest 2014.
Make it traveling with rides and haunted houses. It would be the most glorious book nerd.
Someone make it happen. Ooh, somebody, it's York on YouTube. Imagine a Hunger Games amusement park. Actually, they're
thinking about it.
I think there's supposed to be one being built in Germany. I want to say Germany, but I remember reading about that and being I know that sounds fun, but I really don't want to be in an arena with people trying to kill me.
Yeah, would it be violent laser tag?
I know that
we're getting that.
Yeah, so Hunger Games would be cool. Divergent would be cool, a dystopian Chicago landscape where you an obstacle course. I feel all these dystopian ones are all just obstacle courses that we just want to see at amusement parks.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of people on Twitter saying the Divergent theme park, which would be awesome because Dauntless is just so wouldn't it be awesome if you could jump into the big tent or the net?
Yes, that would be awesome.
Do it.
Anyway, so that's question.
Excellent question of the day. Square Speaks. Thanks.
So, quick, things that are happening on the Epic Reads blog. We post new quote videos every Friday on our YouTube channel, and our most recent one was ominous opening lines. In fact, good timing, because one of the quotes is from the Graveyard Book. It's first sentences, not first like 2 sentences, but the very first sentence, and is it ominous? And so this is the first one.
It's got art.
It's got art.
It's so ominous it has art.
There was a hand in the darkness, and it held a knife. So go check out that video and post your favorite ominous opening lines. And if you guys have any other suggestions for themes for our now quoting videos, you know, if you want to see stuff on like quotes about breakups or quotes about like getting revenge on your jilted lover, you know.
Ooh, our revenge one would be really fun.
Revenge quotes. Tell us in the comments so we can check that out. We also have a fun quiz on the site, international covers.
Mm-hmm. We did a live version of this at our BEA blogger party.
Yes, we did.
To much success.
Basically, it's just to test your skills, see if you can name international editions of popular YA books. It's very hard, so no Googling and good luck.
Godspeed.
Godspeed. And finally, we also have the first 5 chapters of The Jewel by Amy Ewing up on the blog. You'll definitely want to go read those because the first 5 chapters totally set the stage for like the world and kind of what's happening, and there's a really good cliffhanger. That book goes on sale September 2nd, so we'll talk about that more. But
I definitely feel like The Jewel is gonna be one of those books that when we do these like roundup things and reference characters and stories and worlds,
gonna be in a lot of
like The Jewel.
Yes. So check that out. We're also doing a giveaway for that on the site.
Cool. Thanks for that handy blog rundown, Margot.
You're welcome. Other thing, if you're in the U.S. And you're an ebook reader, Asylum by Madeline Rue is only $1.99 for the next like week or so. Go download it because we're going to be doing a reread for that book in August. So get it while it's cheap. Not cheap. Low priced.
Low priced. Because no book is ever cheap.
Okay, so that brings us to our topic of the day.
Look at that. We are so studious.
Look, we are like on time.
Today's topic is book boyfriends.
Or girlfriends.
Who would you like to snuggle up with?
Okay, so let's talk about this. Wait, this discussion comes off of our Book Nerd Problems video from last week, which was...
Did you guys watch it? If you didn't,
go check it out.
The link might be below.
I think. I don't know. I didn't put it in there. Did you put it in there?
I think I put it in there.
If you could be single in real life, but you have plenty of relationships in books. So who are let's check out with...
Yeah, you guys tweet at us, again, #TeaTime, who is your book lover?
Your book lover.
We'll be gender non-specific.
There we go. That's what we should call it. Book lover.
I always just want to sing songs that we get in trouble for.
I know.
Okay, my book lover.
Yes.
There's so many that rattle through my brain, but Warner.
Who would you give the rose to? Wait, does the rose mean they're going away?
Yeah, no, they stay.
Oh, okay, cool. Who would you give your rose to?
I would give my rose, although he's very flawed and has a dark soul, I would give it to Warner.
You would give your rose to Warner. You like the bad boys.
I do like
Warner from Shatter Me, by the way.
Yes, the Shatter Me series. I think I go for bad boys in books because they scare me in real life and they're not healthy relationships. So I go for the non-healthy relationships.
But there's something very like naughty and like, dangerous about giving a rose to a bad boy.
Who gets your rose?
Who gets my rose? Okay, I'm going to go with the most recent boy from a book that I read that I was like,
check, please.
It's Dimitri from Vampire Academy. I just read it for the first time this weekend. And he is a Russian, Dimitri. He's from Russia, and he's like a guardian, and he's got long hair that he pulls back into a ponytail, and he's like strong, and he trains Rose, and he's very like, not cold, but just like stone-faced, and like nothing will rattle him, but then he gives those like longing looks, you know, where he's just like, yes. So I would go with Dimitri because he's my most recent one. But I have a lot of book girlfriends too.
Yeah, who's your book girlfriend?
I'm trying to think of one that isn't a book that I always say.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for is I like a strong lady.
Mm-hmm.
Amy Harris from the In the After, the Demetria Lunetta series.
Oh. Girlfriend needs some love. She's all alone.
She needs some love, but she's also resilient and tender. She's very tender with baby.
Tender like a rose.
I love her.
Kiss from a rose.
And she gets a really badass costume.
She gets a costume?
Or like a fit when she's got to go fight.
Oh, that's true. Go read the book.
Go read the book.
That's about halfway through what she's talking about happens. Okay. Once you said In the After, I know who my book girlfriend is.
I think I can tell.
Because she is like cold as ice, man. And she is cold as ice. Oh my god, and now I can't remember her name. Crap.
Say the book and then you'll remember.
Not a Drop to Drink. Lynn.
Yeah.
Lynn from
Sharpshooter Lynn.
I don't know if it's so much that I have a crush on Lynn or if it's just that I have a crush on Mindy McGinnis, who wrote the book. Because it's kind of, for some reason, when I picture Lynn, I just think of
young Mindy McGinnis.
Yeah, like a teenage Mindy McGinnis. But yes. Lynn from Not a Drop to Drink lives in a world where there's no water, and she is, the stuff that she has to do is brutal. And she is a sharpshooter who can shoot somebody in the dark only by, like, listening, and she can skin animals and purify water. She's just, like, the person I want to go to a deserted island with, mostly because she would be able to, like, build me a hotel. Or something like that. So who are your book?
The Twitter book time. The two favorites on Twitter are Four and Day from Legend.
Yes, Day, because he could do parkour. So Elizabeth Alvarez on YouTube says Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle. Sophie is awesome. She's such a little sassy, lady.
Colleen Greens is sharing your Dimitri love. She said he's my ultimate book lover.
Right? Ooh, Sturmond from the Ruin and Rising and Siege and Storm, the Shadow and Bone series, but he's only in books 2 and 3. He's pretty dreamy.
At A Ramsey 44 says that her book girlfriend is Kath from Fangirl Les Swoon.
I got too many. There we go.
Yeah.
Woo. Can you be my book girlfriend? Oh, we're wives.
We're already married.
We're
betrothed.
We are betrothed. Prince Sabrina Handel on YouTube says Prince Maxon is the sweetest guy ever.
Yeah.
What about what's his name? The other guy. See, I don't remember his name, so maybe that's why nobody picked him.
My brain is going Adam. Yeah.
Is it?
No. It's Adam and my brain. Somebody yell at me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Are book boyfriends in YA unrealistic?
Yes.
Totally.
Like, think about
teenage boys in real life.
Yeah, I mean, just think about because they're all in pretty sexy scenarios. Like, surviving in the wild in a book is a really sexy scenario, but, like, if Perry was just, like, walking around high school, you'd be like, I don't know, his gym bag would stink like everybody else's gym bag.
I'd be like, Perry, put a shirt on, man. Come on. Also, trim your ends. They're looking like a little split-endish. It would be weird to, like, be in real life with YA boyfriends. But also, I had this discussion on a panel at BEA last year about how unrealistic YA boyfriends are, because they always seem to be so, like, beautiful and handsome and perfect and shiny and, and then I think back to the boys that I was attracted to in high school, and it was just always like, they were never, like, I don't know, unrealistic expectations, but... Yes.
I mean, I was always...
But that's the whole point, isn't it? I mean, like, think about every movie or TV show. Every woman is always portrayed as, like, perfect.
I mean, even the girls in most of these books are pretty perfect, too.
That's true. But it's nice when they're flawed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Steamiest YA scenes.
Oh. You know, what up, Warner? That
chapter
legitimately
62 or chapter 50 something.
58 or 9
in
Ignite Me.
Ignite Me.
Oh boy. That
don't read that in public
or with guardians around.
That's a sexy book. I would have to say, again, I'm going back to just what I most recently read is Vampire Academy, the first book. There's a scene where Rose and Dimitri are under a spell, and they cannot keep their hands off each other. It goes from like, oh, hey, what's up, to like, clothes on the floor in like a paragraph, and you're just like, oh my god.
Oh boy.
Let's see,
I'm seeing what's next.
Everybody's still
tweeting
and talking about their favorite.
Aspen,
not Adam. Adam's from Shatter Me. There we go.
I feel like I said Warner and like my brain is just done. Done.
Let's see. Bridget DeCosta on YouTube says Selena and Kale from Throne of Glass.
Cassidy, I cannot believe this is the first time I'm seeing it at Cray Cassidy, awesome Twitter handle. It says Augustus Waters. She might have been tweeting it a lot and got upset, but there's vigor.
Oh, as your book boyfriend?
Yeah, Augustus.
I don't know. I kind of like mine alive. I'm just saying.
Oh, I just got real sad.
Went there. It's cool, guys. It's all good. Let's move on. Don't get sad. Okay.
You can't ever take that back.
No, I can't. But it's true. I do like them alive or undead. Because, you know, vampires are cool. Or werewolves aren't dead. They're still alive.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody's saying Sweet Evil is pretty steamy.
Yes. That Sweet Evil is what makes a feature in the Book Boyfriend's video.
In the Book No Problem video.
And we also, it will be maybe a future Book No Problem video. We mispronounced the name of the character.
It's not Caden, it's Kaiden. So, apologies. Don't ever listen to us on how to pronounce names. We have no idea.
Especially me. First and foremost, if Aubrey's saying the name out loud, it's probably wrong.
All right, so that's sort of all the things that we were going to talk about today. So last Tea Time, we introduced Tea Time Rewind, which is where we invite you to post your reaction videos, and we've curated them all into a playlist. There should be a link. If not, we will add it later. And we wanted to call out last Tea Times.
So many amazing people do it. I literally didn't think anybody would do it. It came from we're talking and having a conversation with each other. We can't necessarily read all of the comments and all of the tweets, but we want to hear what your opinion on the questions we're talking about. 14 people actually made videos.
It's so awesome.
It's so awesome.
All of these people get gold stars. That was last Tea Time's little prize. What should we give them this
A red rose.
This week, if you post a Tea Time Rewind video, you will get a red rose.
From our hearts.
Or a comment that says a red rose. So, we're going to call out last week's Tea Time Rewind. These are all on YouTube. They're channel names.
Felicity Reed stuff.
Insane Reader.
Maddie E.
Natalie Cole. Wait, Natalie Cole.
Ooh.
The singer. No.
Batul A. I hope I'm saying your name right.
Memos.
Life of a Teenage Writer.
Mom, Two Triplets 04.
Oh my gosh, you say the next name.
Anahi Camacho.
Yeah. Sally Upside Down. Say that.
I Love Books Girl. I Love Books Girl.
This is a super gold star. She started a channel just for her Tea Time Rewind videos, so it's Tea Time Rewind with Batman.
Because Batman, you know, watches Tea Time. Voldian Book Goddess.
And a super hat tip to author Romley Bernard for joining our conversation.
Romley Bernard is the author of Find Me, a very excellent thriller about a teenage hacker. And
one of you crumpets has been reading it right now. We talked about it earlier.
The sequel's coming out this fall, so stay tuned. We'll be talking more about that. So if you are intrigued by Tea Time Rewind and want to post your video.
Or it can be a blog post, and you can tweet at Epic Reads. I know some of you guys are camera shy, which is understandable, but we still want to hear your thoughts.
So in your title for your Tea Time Rewind, make sure that it's Tea Time Rewind number 70. That way everybody knows that it goes with Tea Time number 70 because that's this episode. So your topics for the day or for the Tea Time Rewind are your favorite opening lines in YA books.
Yes.
Your favorite graphic novels. YA relationships. You know, who's your book lover? And our question of the week, which is, if you could pick a book series to turn into an amusement park, what book would it be?
And then everyone petitioned to get the Neil Gaiman roving fair.
Neil Fest!
The Neil Fest.
Somebody come up with a better name for it, but yes, Neil Gaiman Festival.
Tiffany at Cracks of Wonder just said, I tried to post a Tea Time Rewind, but it refused to upload. Try again!
No, I mean, if you have to post on, like, Vimeo or something, just hook us up with a link. Tweet at us.
Do it.
Post a link to it in the comments below.
Because it makes our life.
It's awesome.
It made me so happy. I was, like, walking on
We were like,
air.
no one's going to do this.
No one's going to.
No one's going to do this. And then people did, and we were like, oh, awesome. Maybe one day we'll get to meet everyone who watches Tea Time.
That would be
That's
amazing.
the dream.
That is the dream.
The American. Someone just walked by and was like,
and Margot was doing this. And he was like,
I almost wanted to be like, sup, homie. Don't know who you are, but I work with you, so I should probably not do this. Anyway, so
that's it.
That's
Tea
it.
Time.
We have Dirt Face.
Oh.
With
What's
our
our Dirt
roses.
Face theme?
With our roses. Well, I'm just gonna bite mine.
Okay, I'm gonna dervish.
Present it? Okay. As if you were going to present this to your book boyfriend in real life. Okay. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I don't even think these are more like vignettes. They're not even dirt faces anymore.
Ugh, I think there was a bug on my doll. Anyway, so that is Tea Time. We will see you guys in 2 weeks.
We're almost done
with summer.
Yeah.
I think we've got like 2 more tea times. Oh, and you know what should be coming up soon? Arc Party. Soon.
We've got to find a better space because now there's a section of like dudes just staring at us over there.
Sup, dude?
I don't know.
I want to just like knight people with my rose. All right, so we will see you guys in 2 weeks.
I can't wait to see your Tea Time Rewind videos.
Book shimmy.
Oh, we also found out somebody is watching for the first time live.
Oh, this is
I don't
a book
remember
shimmy.
your @handle, but here's your book shimmy.
This is a book shimmy. Whenever you get really excited about a book you're reading,
This is what I do when I see Tea Time Rewind videos.
And have a lovely rest of your week. Tell us, come be our friend on Twitter and stuff. We miss you. I miss everyone when we don't do Tea Time.
I miss us. Bye.
All right, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Please don't go.
La la la.